Why do you feel more controlled than free in a perfect country? At first, this sounds strange because people think a perfect place, they imagine freedom, clean streets, safe environment, everything working smoothly. That should feel relaxing, right? But after spending time, I started noticing a different feeling, not bad, not negative, just controlled. And I couldn't understand why. Because nothing forcing you directly. No one is shouting, no one is stopping you. But still, you feel it. Let me explain. In a place like this, everything has a system. There is a way to behave, a way to speak, a way to act in public. And everyone follows it. At first, it feels comfortable because when everyone follows rules, life becomes easy. No chaos, no surprises, no stress from others. But slowly, something changes. You start adjusting yourself, not because you have to, but because you don't have to stand out. You don't want to disturb the flow. And that is where control begins. Not from outside, but because inside. Now think about this. In many countries, freedom means you can do what you want. You can be loud, you can be different, you can ignore small rules. And yes, that creates chaos sometimes, but it also creates expression. In a perfect system, expression becomes limited, not banned, just reduce it. Because everything is already working well. And when a system works, it doesn't need change. It doesn't reward the difference. It rewards consistency, so people become consistent, predictable, careful, and over time, that creates a feeling, a quiet pressure to fit in. Now, here is interesting part. No one tells you this directly. There is no rule saying, don't be different, but you feel it in how people react, in how people look, in how people behave. And your brain understands, stay within the line. So you do, and the more you do, the more natural it feels. Until one day you don't even notice it anymore. You just live inside the system. Now let's talk about freedom. What is freedom really? Is it having no rules? Or is it feeling comfortable because yourself? Because those are not the same. In a structured country like Japan, you have safety, you have order, you have stability. But emotional freedom can feel similar because you are always aware, always thinking, always adjusting, and that takes energy. Now, don't get more wrong. This system has huge advantages. Life is predictable, things work, people respect each other, and that creates peace. But peace has a price, and sometimes that is spontaneously to act without thinking, freedom to be messy, freedom to be unpredictable. Those feelings become rare. Now compare that with less organized places. Life is harder in some ways, more stress, more problems, but you feel more open, more expressive, more free to be yourself without overthinking. So, which one is better? That's not an easy answer because it depends on what you value. Do you want comfort or expression? Do you want order or freedom? Because usually you don't get both at the same level. And that is why make this topic interesting. And that is what makes the topic interesting. A perfect country is perfect for system, but not always perfect for feeling. And once you notice this, you start seeing it everywhere. In how people talk, in how they act, in how they live. And you realize control doesn't always from rules. Sometimes it comes from expectations. And expectations can be stronger than rules because you follow the system without thinking. So next time you feel strange in a place that looks perfect, don't ignore that feeling. Try to understand it because maybe it's not the place. Maybe it's the system you are adjusting to. In the next video, I will talk about something even more unexpected. Why nothing feels urgent in Japan and how that changes the way people think about time, money, and life. If you want simple, real insights like this, no complicated talk, just honest observation. Subscribe and stay with the channel. Thank you for watching to right here.